I call it the curse of the good student.
I like that. The curse of the good student. I
Yeah.
can, yeah, I'm thinking of a few different ways that can go. Like, tell me more. I want to hear more about that.
So, the good student, you get approved of and, you get awarded and whatever for doing exactly what someone says to do.
Right. So the teacher's constantly saying, "Oh, you're so good, Teresa. Good job. Well done. You're such a good student. You're
Right.
like all of those, lots of identity words in there as well.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
And
Yep.
so,
Okay.
with art, though, it's super subjective unless you're doing realism where, oh, this looks like that apple. And even with that, you could say, oh, this apple isn't expressive enough, or you didn't quite capture the sadness. This apple is whatever,
You didn't capture
whatever,
the emotional essence of an apple.
whatever.
That apple is obviously a little miffed and has a morbid fascination with death. And you drew an apple, just an apple that looks like an apple. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, there's like absolutely no emotion in this apple whatsoever. Like you suck. Whatever. So I think for me, it was difficult because I didn't like getting graded on my art because it was what I wanted to do. So like, how can you grade
Okay.
me on this?
Yeah. It'd be constant like grading you as a person at that point.
In a way, yeah.
In a
So
way? Yeah.
yeah, so it's much harder to be perfect at art, I think, because you're so, 1 plus 1 is 2, or according to that woman, sometimes it's not 2, but whatever. Um, the mindful body person, or do you remember who I'm talking about? I'll have to find her name. I can't remember it now. She's
Is that one of the many reels you send me about neuroscience going, this sounds
no,
like rubbish?
it was the book that you liked. You actually liked her. She talked about I think her book is called Mindful Body, and how your mind affects your body and what you think affects, and there's just so many different
Yeah.
perspectives that you can
Yes.
take on a situation that, like, you just really perspective
Yep.
matters or whatever. Um,
I remember the one. Yep. Good book.
it was a good book. Yeah. So anyway, like 1 plus 1 is 2, right? Or whatever. And this equation. So for when you're doing math or whatever, you have a clear, this is the answer thing.
Hmm.
And I think with art, sometimes there really isn't a clear answer, or maybe you've got the answer and the person grading you isn't the right person grading, or the person you're presenting to isn't the right person to present to. There's so many factors that go into
Hmm.
making art, and just I think with so Andy Warhol, the guy who, like, did the soup cans and whatever.
Pop art.
So
And he didn't even do half his art. Most of his work was done by other people.
yeah, and so I think he was proving the point that if you had a cool enough or whatever enough personality and people just thought you were super cool, you could make whatever you wanted and be an artist. So then there's that aspect of it too, and it's like there's so many aspects to it that are so much about self-authorship and self-identity that I just didn't have at that time, that I
Yeah.
couldn't
Okay.
really work with, because my self-identity was so dependent on my approval of what other people thought, like other people's approval of me,
Hmm.
that it's very difficult to create. It's difficult to create art
Yeah.
when you're constantly looking for approval from everyone, you
So
know?
then becoming an accountant, that makes so much sense.
Yeah,
You
in
go
my
from something
brain.
that's like it's very logical, concrete. It is exactly what it is. The numbers add, like it's all spreadsheets and columns, right? It's very objective. There's
So
no
then
subjectivity there.